How did you feel about Jack Eichel's first game back in Buffalo? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video of Sports Talk Buffalo. Before we go any further, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. Also, make sure you check out my new Teespring store. Link is in the description below. Let's get into this game. Jack Eichel's first game back in Buffalo since the ugliness that happened before his trade. And I gotta tell you, for me, in what was potentially the most anticipated moment of the Buffalo Sabres season since Jack Eichel got traded, leading up to this game, I had very mixed emotions. Very mixed emotions. On one hand, I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan. Of course, I'm a Buffalo Sabres fan through and through. Hence why I do these videos. Hence why I love talking about the Buffalo Sabres. It's the team I have cheered for my whole life. I grew up in Western New York. Of course, I love the Buffalo Sabres, and I want nothing more than for them to win the game. On the other hand, Jack Eichel is the first player that I considered as an adult to be my favorite player since I liked Rob Ray and Matthew Barnaby as Buffalo Sabres. He was the first player that I declared, he is my favorite player, and I watch games just to watch Jack Eichel play, since I watched games just to watch Rob Ray and Matthew Barnaby get into fights and altercations and make me excited. Jack Eichel was the light he was the light in the darkness that was 10 years of Buffalo Sabres not making the playoffs. He did things every single game that made you come out of your seat and cheer and hoop and holler and just say, wow. And even watching this game, even though Jack Eichel is not 100%, his speed is off the charts good. His hands are off the charts good. And you miss that little bit of explosiveness that Jack Eichel has when you watch the Buffalo Sabres play now. They just don't have anybody on this team that can take over a game the way Eichel could take over games when he was in Buffalo. Now, as the game started, the building was absolutely buzzing. It was buzzing. It was their largest attendance of the year. It's still a very sad attendance as they mustered just 12,437 people in the stands. However, it was loud and it was a very energetic building to start the game. And the Buffalo Sabres in this first period, they fed off the crowd. You could see the Sabres feeding off the crowd. They were the better team in the first period. They were winning battles along the boards for pucks. They were out racing the Golden Knights for pucks. They were outworking the Golden Knights. They were all over the ice, and Buffalo was able to strike first on a fantastic breakout play by Dylan Cousins. Cross-ice pass to Hinostroza, and then Hinostroza with a fantastic pass to Peyton Krebs, who does a beautiful tip-in, cross-body to chip it up over Bossois to score the Buffalo Sabres' first goal in the first period. Again, the Sabres were just absolutely dynamic in this first period for the Buffalo Sabres. The second period, however, was a completely different story. The second period was just dominated by the Golden Knights as they really carried the play for pretty much the entire period outside of a chance here or there for the Buffalo Sabres. I believe they outshot Buffalo something like 12-3 in the second period, and it was 40-year-old goaltender Craig Anderson looking for his 300th win, who stood on his head in the second period, making unbelievable saves over and over and over again. Also in the second period, things got a little bit chippy as there were two fights in the second period, which if you have ever listened to me, you know that I absolutely love chippy play. I love fights. I love physicality. It is what made me fall in love with the NHL as a little kid in the first place. It is something that no other sport has, and I absolutely love it. And it's something that has been missing from Buffalo Sabres games for quite a long time, is the physicality that I've come to know and love. Now, the third period was a lot more even as both teams registered good scoring chances against the other teams, and both goalies were making made some great saves until about halfway, a little bit more than halfway into the third period, as Hutton from the Golden Knights is able to get a floater, and I mean floater, past Craig Anderson. It goes bar down, and it ties the game at 1 with about 8 minutes to go in the third period. And it was just a really fluky goal as he just throws it towards the net, which is what they always say. There is no such thing as a bad shot. It finds its way through a crowd of people. Craig Anderson had no chance on it, couldn't see it, and it goes into the back of the net. Now, that was a tie game until about 3 minutes or so to go in the third period, when it was Jonathan Marchessault who takes an absolutely boneheaded penalty after he is just massacred in the corner by Matthias Samuelsson. He gets up, comes back, and gives Samuelsson a two-hander in the back of the legs. And wouldn't you know it, as the hockey gods always do, it comes back and bites you in the butt. And it was Victor Olofsson with an absolute snipe from the left, the left face-off circle, bar down. That is the Victor Olofsson shot that we have been dying to see since he came back from injury. What an absolute rocket into the top corner of the net. And then, of course, it is Alex Tuch, as Jack Eichel cannot keep the puck in the zone. Alex Tuch chips it out down the boards on the right-hand side, beats the Golden Knights to it, and then fires it into the empty net to give the Sabres a 3-1 win. And that is just fantastic, as Craig Anderson becomes, I believe, the I don't know how many goaltenders have won 300 games. I think it's 38 goaltenders or something in that nature who's won 300 games. I believe he's at 30, I don't know how many American-born goalies have won 300 games. However, just a fantastic accomplishment for Craig Anderson, as he was simply spectacular in this game, coming out challenging, making big saves at timely moments, just when it seemed like the Golden Knights could potentially score a bunch of goals. It was Anderson standing on his head and really giving the Buffalo Sabres the confidence to go out and win this game. Now, the best players in this game were, of course, as I just mentioned, Craig Anderson, who was simply fantastic, earned his 300th win. And my sleeper pick for a difference maker in this game is number 23, Matthias Samuelsson. He was everywhere in this game. He was, I think it's Matthias, I don't know, whatever. Samuelsson, he was everywhere in this game. He was incredible defensively, making big plays, poke checking, blocking shots, getting in passing lanes. He ends up burying Marchessault in the corner and then draws the penalty that leads to the game-winning goal for the Buffalo Sabres late in the third period. He played just an absolute spectacular game defensively for the Buffalo Sabres, and something the Sabres desperately needed, as coming into this game, they were dead last in the NHL in goals given up, according to ESPN. In the end, it was bittersweet for me because, of course, part of me just still wants to see Jack Eichel do well. He was the underdog. He's the second fiddle to Connor McDavid, and Buffalo has always kind of been an underdoggy type of city, an underdog type of team, and nothing would have made me happier than to see Jack Eichel lead the Buffalo Sabres to the promised land. However, it was just not meant to be. It was time to move on from Jack Eichel, and the Buffalo Sabres end up getting a couple of really good pieces. And in the end, Jack's first game back in Buffalo was a fantastic win by the Buffalo Sabres. They showed grit. They showed determination. They showed a willingness to block shots. They showed physicality. They made great defensive plays. They made great offensive plays. And Craig Anderson was incredible. Just an all-around great team win for the Buffalo Sabres in this game, spoiling Jack Eichel's return to Buffalo for the first time. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed what you were seeing. Remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. I talk Bills, Sabres, and UB Bulls men's basketball and football right here on this channel. Thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic week.